Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are putting some fog lights on my car. I've been wanting to do this for quite a bit, and well, I have already started tearing the interior apart a little bit. Got that back cubby, it's over there, and so right now I just took out the sub wire, so I just throw all the way to the back. I'm gonna run my Odyssey battery. The main reason is because the fog light will actually hit the bracket right here, so I sadly have to get rid of that bracket. Got to figure out how I'm gonna run this whole wire situation and then mount up the batteries in there and then get the fog lights on. All right, so we routed the wire all underneath there and then there to the firewall. So I'm gonna go from the starter to the fuse box, and this power wire I actually got from BMW, like a late 90s, I believe, maybe an E36. I'm not sure what BMW code it is, but yeah, looks like I gotta chop off maybe a foot of it and then throw on like a heavy duty connector, because this is some thick wire. All right, got that wire done, got the connector on, got the little protector on it. So now I have it right there for right now, and I'm gonna take off the bumper so I can get to the battery and disconnect everything, take off the bracket. Probably just leave it off until I'm done with that, and I could possibly run the fog lights on there. Got the bumper off, and I gotta take off this support bar. I do want an aftermarket one later on, but you know, this is fine for now. And yeah, so sad I had to take off this half support bracket, and it's these two bolts right there, and then there's two right back there that I did a roof nut on, and then this tray comes out. But first I gotta disconnect the battery and take it out. Sad, but oh well. All right, so since I am putting the battery, not this one, but since I'm putting the battery in here, I gotta drill a hole. To the CRX humidity, I am sorry. I know this is a pretty decently clean center cubby or not, but yeah, I'm gonna drill a big hole, or decent size at least, to fit both the ground and the power. Dealt roast beat on having a red wire. That's all I had. So much red wires. This is not being used, so I'm gonna throw this out. But yeah, got my sub wire. Like I said, we have the ground, and then we have the power right here. So I'm running it through it back this way. I also mounted it right here for the ground, and going out this way, and then the hole's gonna be right there, and then power, and then the ground. So yeah, gotta cut a decent sized hole right there. Let's get it. I'm gonna show you guys me drilling this thing. Sorry to all those CRX owners, this has to be done. Oh, there's a hole. I'm cutting. Wow, it's actually really thick. Well, there's the hole. I just devalued it like $1. It's fine, guys. It's fine. No, it's not. Oh well, who cares? I care. Well, I need to make it bigger because I know that's not big enough. So I'll get back to you guys once I'm done. All right, so got the hole big enough for both of those to go through, and that's how I basically have it. I do have a little connector for that ground right here, and yeah, so I'm gonna throw in that battery and then have it temporary, just not bolted down, because I gotta make a whole bracket system for it. But for now, I just gotta get the battery and make sure it actually turns on. So here's the Odyssey. All right, finally got hooked up. Replaced these with 10 mils because there are these little Allen bolts that it came with, I believe. Barely moves too. That's it for tonight. It got pretty dark. All right, got it cut out. Just gonna round off the edges to make it just a little bit more smooth and a little bit more appealing. But yeah. So now I got all this for, I don't know, something else. So I just gotta chop off these little ends so it's not just this big old hole. But yeah, this thing actually cut pretty good. Shout out to the neighbor. So now I'm gonna pop the trunk open and throw this in. All right, here we go. We got the wood in and I'm pushing down and it's pretty sturdy. And then I'm thinking I might probably do a rib nut on the bottom behind this and then throw a bolt so it doesn't move when I take a turn, because I mean it is a race car, so I'm gonna take turns a little bit fast. So yeah, so right now I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and then I'm gonna go ahead and mock up for the sub, because I'm just gonna drill a big hole. It's gonna be like a 10-inch radius hole. So I think I'm gonna do it like right here, closer this way, and then possibly the amp in the back right there. But yeah, just gotta take off the amp and put on and see how it looks. Cool. So I think about like that, and it looks pretty, I think it looked pretty cool. That's gonna be flush mounted, so it's gonna be like this, and then I'm gonna go buy a guard. I'm not sure if the sound store might have it, or I might have to order on Amazon or whatnot. But yeah, maybe the amp right there. I'm actually gonna see, I highly doubt it, but see if it'll fit in there. Probably like a good 10-inch by 12. And I've seen that they're a little bit smaller and produce quite a bit of watts. I might just run this for now and then later on buy a smaller one. Hours later, and we have got the board and got the wires all ran, and not too bad. Just for now, I'm gonna wrap it in like some carpet or whatnot. We did test it. The base doesn't hit the same as like an enclosed, because it's just a board. So for now, it's gonna leave it like that, and then I'm gonna enclose it somehow. Get a plan how to do that. But I mean, other than that, that's all in. It's all secured. I still gotta secure the board, but again, that'll be later on. But then now, since we have all that done, we can move on to the fog lights. We're about to have a base for the Weenie Fest trip. Let's freaking go.